5 seconds. Today, when I interact with a group of people who are teachers as well as parents who have a responsibility of guiding young adults who are going to be the future of our country. As we look around, we often hear the word from students, teachers, parents. We are stressed. In earlier times, the common refrain for the student community was busy with studies, and now this simple term has given way to the sickly term stressed out, which has become almost an epidemic today. And all the three students, teachers, and parents have fallen victims to it. Let me begin with the fact that problem solving is at the very core of our holy scriptures, like the Holy Gita, which is essentially a dialogue between Bhagavan Sri Krishna and Arjuna, where Krishna answers the questions that arise out of the inner turmoil of Arjuna, restraining him to attack his very own relatives. The very fact that Arjuna ultimately enters the war as Bhagavan Sri Krishna satisfies his queries stands testimony to that fact that problems are to be faced and solutions found. It is the same role that a parent has to play for his daughter or son. Is it not a dichotomy that when the world comes to us to learn how to distress, we ourselves are falling victims to stress? Here is how we landed in this soup. In earlier times, there were joint families where a kid could go to any family member for advice. Now she or he has parents and siblings, and all of them are busy with their lives. So, who does one go to? Apart from this apparent lack of advice, a child has to toe the burden of her or his parents' aspirations, who, by providing her or him all the facilities, wait for the magic to happen, who will realize that the child is feeling helpless under this stress. Luckily, we have trained counselors, psychologists who can fill this gap. Still, the biggest source of inspiration and motivation for a child is his immediate family. Come to think of it, that the problem has acquired such a monstrous shape that the Prime Minister of our country has to take out 2 hours from his busy schedule to speak to the students' community, emphasizing the need to stay stress free for the sake of better performance. Here, in lies a lesson for the parents as well as the teachers that the responsibility of helping our children lies with us parents by realizing that they should not put the burden of their own aspirations on their children, and teachers should keep it using the power of encouragement by constantly boosting the morale of their students. So, what is stress and how to take care of it? I am going to be focusing on how this is leading to a more grimly term called depression for the student community. It is very important for a teacher to be patient. She or he has to realize that sometimes there are tough students to deal with. If you lose control, you discourage not only that student but other students as well. Let them ask questions as many times as they want. Pay special attention to students who are weak by repeatedly asking them, did you understand? This is something positive pressure which is very important.